Hello and welcome again. Welcome again to another class, to class number 42. Slowly but surely, step by step, little by little. Cada clase digo lo mismo. Little by little, step by step, slowly but surely, consolidating every step along the way. That's the idea. To slowly create strong bones, strong vertebrae. Yeah. In order to speak well, to understand well, to feel comfortable with the language. All right, camera number 1. Yesterday I wrote a letter to my sister. Ask me how many letters I wrote yesterday. Richard, how many letters did you write yesterday? Excuse me, I can't understand you. What do you want to know? I want to know how many letters you wrote yesterday. Oh, okay. Ask the question again. How many letters did you write yesterday? Yesterday I wrote 3 letters. Ask me if I wrote the 3 letters to the same person. Did you write the 3 letters to the same person? No, I didn't. Ask me if I wrote the letters to 3 different people. Did you write the letters to 3 different people? Yes, I did. Ask me who I wrote the first letter to. Perdona. Ask me who I wrote the first letter to. O sea, tú al final, preposición al final, sí. Who did you write? Who did you write? Who did you write the first letter to? I wrote the first letter to my best friend. Ask me how long the letter was. How long was the letter? It was 1 page. Ask me how long it took me to write it. How long did it take you to write it? It took me about 15 minutes to write it. Ask me who I wrote the second letter to. Richard, who did you write the second letter to? Who did you write? Who did you write the second letter to? I wrote the second letter to the President of the government. To the President of what government? To the President of the government of this country. Oh? How long was the letter? It was 2 pages long. Single space or double space? Single space. Espacio simple, no doble. Yes, single space. Oh, that's a long letter. Do you think the president is going to read it? No, I don't think he's going to read it. Do you think anybody is going to read your letter? Yes, I think somebody will read it. Well, who do you think will read your letter? I think one of the secretaries of the president. He has 3 or 4 secretaries. One of the secretaries will read it. And why do you think she'll read it? Because it's interesting. The first sentence in the letter is very interesting. And then the second sentence is very interesting. And then the third sentence is equally interesting. And I think probably the secretary will become addicted and will continue reading the letter. Do you think she will give it to the president? I don't know. What's the letter about? It's about money. It's about money? Yeah. You wrote yesterday, you wrote a letter to the President of the government about money. Yeah, I wrote a letter to the President about money. About your money? No, about the money of the taxpayer. The taxpayer? Taxpayer. What's a taxpayer? How do you say taxpayer in Spanish? Tax. How do you say tax in Spanish? Impuesto. How do you say payer? Pay is pagar. And payer? Pagador. Okay, contribuyente, the taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You're a taxpayer. The president of the government is a taxpayer too, I imagine. So you wrote a letter yesterday. So, por tanto, así que. So you wrote a letter yesterday to the president about money. The money of the Spanish taxpayers. Is that correct? Yes, I did. Okay. And do you expect an answer? Not really. I don't expect an answer. But you never know. You never know. Nunca se sabe. En inglés decimos, nunca sabes. Personalizamos. Nunca sabes. You never know. Nothing risked, nothing gained. So, how long did it take you to write the letter to the president? It took me about 1 hour. Did you write it? Did you write it? Did you write it in the morning or in the afternoon? I wrote it in the late morning. The late morning? What time for you is the late morning? Well, in Spain, the late morning is 1 o'clock. 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. And in the United States, what's late morning? Well, late morning is 11, 11:30, because midday is at 12 o'clock, and then it's afternoon. In the United States, the afternoon starts at 12 o'clock. Okay? Now, you wrote 3 letters. Ask me, yes, that's true. Ask me who the third letter was to. ¿Cómo lo has dicho? A ver. ¿Me lo puedes repetir? Bueno, escucha muy bien. Ask me who the third letter was to. Who was the third letter to? No dirías who was the third letter for. También, ¿para quién era la tercera carta? O ¿a quién iba dirigida? Si digo to, es ¿a quién iba dirigida? ¿A quién iba dirigida la tercera carta? Who was the third letter to? Ahora, who was the third letter for is correct too. ¿Para quién era? For example, if I have 3 letters, let's see, this letter is to Tomás Pérez. Tomás, this letter is addressed to. Podría decir addressed to. Dirigido a. Addressed to. Pero quito el addressed. This letter is to Jimmy Jones, okay? For example, the third letter was to my sister. Oh, really? You wrote a letter to your sister? Yeah, I wrote a letter to my sister yesterday. Did you write it on the computer or did you write it longhand? Excuse me, could you repeat the question? Yeah. Did you write the letter to your sister? Yeah. Did you write it? Did you write it on the computer or did you write it longhand? Curioso. Larga mano. Mano larga. So eso es a mano, ¿no? Yes. I wrote it longhand. Okay. And did you send it? Yes, I sent it. I sent it yesterday. Okay. This is interesting, writing letters to different people. But in any case, I'll be back in a few minutes after the next teacher and we'll continue.
Thank you, Richard. I'm David Waddell, and I'm here with my very good friend, Nacho. How are you today, Nacho?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm very well. I'm very well.
Great.
I'm looking forward to teaching you today.
Okay.
Yeah,
really
looking
nice.
forward. Tengo mucho ganas.
And me too.
Good. Okay,
Yes.
first of all, we're going to look at what we looked at in the last class. Now, we looked at the irregular verb to write. To write, which means
Escribir.
escribir, okay. And what is the past simple of the verb to write?
To wrote.
Well, not to, but yeah, wrote.
Wrote.
Wrote,
Yes,
yeah.
without
okay.
to.
So, how do we say it? Every day I write a letter. Yesterday I wrote a letter. It's a silent W, yeah, a silent W. Wrote. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little quiz on literature.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds interesting. So I'm
Yes.
going to ask you if somebody wrote something, and I want you to answer yes, wrote, blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
or no, he didn't.
Okay.
But I think there's only one that is not the case. So, for example, are you ready for the
Yes,
quiz?
I am ready.
It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Did Charles Dickens write Great Expectations?
Well,
Now,
difficult one.
did Charles Dickens? DKC.
Okay.
I'll give you the answer, okay? He did. I'll say. So,
So,
yes.
Yes, he wrote the Great Expectations.
Expectations. Yes, he wrote Great Expectations. Charles Dickens wrote Great Expectations. Now, in Spanish, I'm not sure how it's translated.
Sí, él escribió la gran
Grandes
expectación. La gran expectación.
Something like that. Okay. The next one. Okay. French literature now.
French. Wow.
Okay. Did Gustave Flaubert write Madame Bovary?
Oh.
Okay, I'll do it with an English accent. It's better. Did Gustave Flaubert write Madame Bovary? Did Gustave Flaubert write Madame Bovary?
I need a lifeline.
Okay, he did. He
yes,
did.
He wrote Madame
Bovary.
Bovary.
Bovary. Okay, so Flaubert wrote
Madame Bovary.
So did
Okay.
in casa, blah blah blah, in casa.
Yes.
Did Gustave Flaubert write Madame Bovary? Yes, he wrote Madame Bovary. Okay. Now, did Roberto Bolaño? Have you ever heard of? Did you know him?
No.
Did he write 2,666? It's a novel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
And he did. So, so did Roberto Bolaño write 2,666? Yes.
He
wrote.
Excuse me. He wrote
2,666. Yes, it's a novel, basically.
Wow, yes.
Okay, one more. Did Shakespeare write The Tempest?
Yes, he wrote The Tempest.
Okay, very good. The last one. Did Mario Vargas Llosa write The Green Room?
Okay. Yes.
No, he didn't.
No,
I'm sorry.
Wow.
You've lost all of your money. You've lost everything.
Bad for me.
And you were doing so well. I'm so sorry. He didn't. Maria Vargas Llosa wrote La Casa Verde, the green house,
okay.
not the green room. So there you go. Never mind.
Don't worry. No.
Okay. The other thing we looked at yesterday was the way we say, for example, ves algo. ¿Ves un árbol por ahí? Now we don't say do you see. No. We use the verb can. Can you see? Can you see? So for example, ¿ves un elefante aquí? How do you translate that?
Can you see an elephant here?
Very good. Can you see an elephant here? Can you see? Not do you see. Okay, how do you say ¿ves un tigre por ahí?
Can you see a tiger over there?
Can you see a tiger over there? Muy bien, okay. Good. Ahora, ¿ves una casa por ahí?
Can you see a house over there?
Can you see a house over there? And of course the answer would be yes, I can, or no, I can't. Yes, I can, or no, I can't. Okay, ¿ves un árbol por ahí?
Can you see a tree over there?
Can you see a tree over there? Muy bien. Can you see a tree over there? Yes, I can, or no, I can't. Okay, ask me some questions with objects. Can you see
a car there?
Good, over there. Over there. Repeat.
Can you see a car over there?
Now let me see. No, I can't. No, I can't see a car over there. Another one. Muy bien.
Oh, can you see my dog over there?
No, I can't see your dog over there. I can't. Or, of course, positive, I can. Yes, I can. So remember, can. Can you see? Okay, I will leave you now with Richard. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome back. Most people in Spain, well, I have a question. You're Spanish, right? Yeah? Perhaps you can answer some questions I have about the Spanish people. I'm curious. So let's switch to camera number 1, and you can answer these questions for me, okay? Change. Question. I have a question. Do most Spanish people smoke? No? Most Spanish people don't smoke, in your opinion. Do most Spanish women smoke? No? In your opinion, most Spanish women don't smoke. Another question. Do most Spanish families own their own home? Mucho aquí. Do most Spanish families own their own home? You think so? Or do most Spanish families rent? Alquilar. Do most Spanish families rent? Or do most Spanish families own their own home? You think that most Spanish families own their own home? Okay. Another question. Do most Spanish people speak English well? No? No? In your opinion, most Spanish people don't speak English well. Do most Spanish professionals speak English well? No? Tampoco. So in your opinion, most Spanish professionals don't speak English well. Do most Spanish men, now we're talking about Spanish men, do most Spanish men drink wine for lunch? No? You don't think so? So you think that most Spanish men don't drink wine for lunch? Do most Spanish men drink beer for lunch? No? Well, what, in your opinion, what do most Spanish men, not women, what do most Spanish men drink when they have lunch? Water. Most Spanish men drink water. Okay. Yes. Another question. Are most Spanish men, siguiendo con los hombres, are most Spanish men over 1 meter 80? What do you think? 1 meter 80. I mean 1 meter 80 centimeters. Yeah, 1 meter 80. Are most Spanish men over 1 meter 80? You don't think so? So in your opinion, most Spanish men are under 1 meter 80. Okay. Are most Spanish women over the age of 25 married? Spanish women over the age of 25. That means between the age of 25 and 100. Are most Spanish women over the age of 25 married? You think so? Really? I don't think so. I think most Spanish women over 25 aren't married. Maybe small, maybe 51%, 52%, who knows? But in my opinion, most Spanish women over 25 aren't married. But you think it's the opposite. Okay. A question. Do most Spanish people live in big cities? What do I mean by big city? What do I mean? ¿Qué quiero decir? What do I mean by big city? Cities over 500,000 people. For example, Zaragoza is a big city. Bilbao is a big city. Seville, Valencia, Madrid, Barcelona, of course, are big cities. Guadalajara isn't a big city. Okay. Valladolid, it's on the border. Now, in your opinion, do most Spanish people live in big cities? Yes? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if most Spanish people live in big cities. Question, do most Spanish people watch television? Yes? All right, yeah, I agree. Most Spanish people watch television every day a little. Do most Spanish people appreciate classical music? You don't think so? Do most Spanish people know classical music? You don't think so? So in your opinion, most Spanish people don't appreciate classical music. Do most Spanish women, I have a question, do most Spanish women wear flowers in their hair? Maria, the floor technician, wears a flower in her hair. Yeah. But do most Spanish women wear flowers in their hair? No? Yeah, no? They don't wear flowers in their hair anymore. When I came to Spain for the first time in 1972, I expected to see the women dancing in the street with castanets and flowers in their hair or between their teeth. Estaba decepcionado. I was disappointed. My God, this is not the Spain I was expecting. I expected that most Spanish people, women, would wear flowers in their hair, and they didn't. Okay, my wife wears flowers in her hair sometimes, okay? Now, do most Spanish men serenade their girlfriend from the street to the balcony? No? No? Well, when I came to Spain, I expected to see Spanish men saying, la, 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 serenading They're girls on the balcony. I serenaded my wife with my guitar, okay? And I had behind me a group, La Tuna, behind me, playing for my wife, okay? Question. Were most Spanish people born at home or in a hospital? For example, 20 years ago, going back, remontando, going back 20 years, in the 1980s. In the 1980s, were most Spanish people born, Spanish babies, born in hospitals or at home? In hospitals, okay. Going back 60 years, in the 1950s, were most Spanish babies born at home or in hospitals and clinics? You don't know. Going back 70 years, eso sí, in the 1940s, where were most Spanish babies born? I know. Most Spanish babies in the 1940s, al menos, at least in the 1940s, were born at home. Because my first students, when I started teaching English in Spain in 1974, I remember the first year I probably had 200 different students in my first year. And almost all of them, I remember, were born at home. Okay? Almost all of them were born at home. So in my opinion, in the 1940s, most Spanish babies were born at home. Estoy usando la expresión simplemente most, que significa la mayoría de. No estoy diciendo the most. Eso es superlativo. The most important English program is Bauer Inglés. The best, the most elegant cup is this. Eso es superlativo. Pero cuando quito the y solo digo most, más, entonces eso es la mayoría. Most people, most cups, most English teachers, etc. Okay. Our sponsors have something to say. We'll be right back. La mayoría de la gente duerme de noche. Most people sleep at night. La mayoría de los coches en Europa son pequeños. Most cars in Europe are small. Most cars in the United States and Canada are big. La mayoría de los ríos están contaminados. Most rivers are polluted. Most big cities are polluted too. Most English teachers are bad. Yeah, most. Así no solemos decir, aunque es correcto, no solemos decir en inglés, the majority of the English teachers in the world are bad. Simply, we say, most English teachers are bad. Most English teachers in the world are bad. But the English teachers on Bauer Inglés 4.0 are good. We are the exception that proves the rule. Okay, a break, another teacher, and then I'll be back.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Richard. Welcome. My name is Fitz, and we are here again with Luca. Luca, do you feel fantastic today?
Yes, I feel fantastic today.
Okay, do you feel fantastic every day?
No, I don't feel fantastic every day.
But
I
today-
would like to feel fantastic every day.
Okay, and today you feel fantastic?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Luca, do most people have a car?
Yes, most people have a car.
Okay. Do most people have 9 noses?
No, most people don't have 9 noses.
Okay. Most people don't have 9 noses. Most people have 1 nose. Okay. Luca, ask me if most people own a house.
Do most people own a house?
Okay, yes. Most people own a house. Do most people live in caves?
No, most people don't live in caves.
In caves.
In
What is-
caves.
In caves with a V. In caves. What does cave mean? What is a cave?
En una cueva.
Okay, so do most people live in caves?
No, most people don't live in caves.
Beautiful, perfect. Okay, do most people read books?
Yes, most people read books.
Okay. Most people. Do most people read books? Yes. Most. Most people read books. Most people read books. Okay. Do most people travel to work on eagles? On eagles.
Eagles?
Águilas.
Ah, okay. No, most people don't travel to work on eagles.
On eagles. Okay. Do most people travel to work on eagles? No. Most people don't travel to work on eagles. Okay. Luca, do most people marry famous film stars?
No, most people don't marry famous film stars.
Very good. And again?
No, most people don't marry famous film stars.
Okay. Most people don't marry famous film stars and never marry with. Most people don't marry famous film stars. Can you repeat at home just once? Yes, very good. Okay. Luca, do most people eat radios?
No, most people don't eat radios.
Okay. Most people don't eat radios. Most people don't eat radios. Okay. Do most people have 3 heads?
No, most people don't have 3 heads.
Okay. Most people have 1 head. Do most people have 3 heads? No. Most people don't have 3 heads. Okay. Luca, do most people put their trousers on their heads?
No, most people don't put their trousers on their head.
On their heads. Okay. Most people don't put their trousers on their heads. Okay. Most people don't put. Do most people work for a living, Luca?
Yes, most people work for a living.
Okay, very good. Do most people live with rats?
No, most people don't live with rats.
Okay, do you like rats?
No, I hate them.
You hate rats, okay. Do most people live with rats? No. Most people don't live with rats, okay. Do most cats like dogs?
No, most cats don't like dogs.
Don't like dogs. And again?
No, most cats don't like dogs.
Very good, okay. Most cats don't like dogs. Dogs. And can you say one more time?
Dogs.
Dogs, very good, perfect. One more time.
Like a long D.
Like a D and og. Dogs.
Dogs.
Dogs, very good. And one more time.
Dogs.
Okay? And it's not dogs. Dogs. It's most cats don't like dogs. Like Lucas says it. Most cats don't like dogs. Can you say one more time? Most cats?
Most cats don't like dogs.
Dogs, very good. Most cats don't like dogs. Okay? And again, do most people have 3 heads?
No, most people don't have 3 heads.
Okay? Do most people drive a car?
Yes, most people drive a car.
Okay? Do most people go to work on eagles?
No, most people don't go to work on eagles.
Okay, and can you say it for me in Spanish?
No, la mayoría de la gente no va a trabajar en águilas.
Okay. Most people don't go to work on eagles. Okay? Do most people go to work on public transport?
Yes, most people go to work on public transport.
Okay. Do most people live in a house?
Yes, most people live in a house.
Very good. Okay. Do most, gone with the T, do most people live in a house? Okay. Do most people live in a house? And not do most people lives in a house. Do most people live in a house? Yes, most people live in a house. Okay. Again, do most people marry famous film stars?
Yes, no.
Okay.
No, most people don't marry famous film stars.
Okay. And one more time. And stars.
Stars.
Okay. Do most people marry famous film stars?
No, most people don't marry famous film stars.
Very good. Okay. Do most people read books? Do most people read books?
Yes, most people read books.
Very good. Okay. Most people read. Most people read books. Okay. People is plural. Most people read books. Okay. Do most people in Spain read books in Spanish?
Yes, most people in Spain read books in Spanish.
Okay. And one more time.
Yes, most people in Spain read books in Spanish.
In Spanish, very good. Okay, and again, do most people eat radios?
No, most people don't eat radios.
Okay, do most people eat vegetables?
No, most people.
No?
Well,
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
Really. Do you want me to say yes? Yes, most.
You can say both. Say both.
Okay.
One positive, one negative.
Yes, most people
Eat.
eat vegetables.
And in the negative?
No, most people don't eat vegetables.
Okay. Do most people eat meat?
Yes, most people eat meat.
Very good. Okay. And very, very careful of the T here. Most people eat meat. Okay. Most people eat meat. Can you say it for me again?
Yes, most people eat meat.
And now in the negative.
No, most people don't eat meat.
Okay. Lucas says the T perfectly. Most people eat meat, or most people don't eat meat. One more time. It sounds very good.
Yes, most people eat meat.
And in the negative?
No, most people don't eat meat.
Perfect, Luca. Very, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, okay. Most people eat meat. Most people don't eat meat. One final question. Do most people practice their English?
Yes, most people practice their English.
Okay, most people practice their English. Most people practice their English. In the negative, we would say most people don't. Okay, practice your English every day. Okay, thank you very much and goodbye.
Okay, turn on the radio, turn on the TV, turn on the light, turn on the radio. Turn it on. To turn is dar vueltas o girar. For example, to turn around, to turn over, to turn at the corner, se gira, se tuerce. You turn at the corner, turn, turn, turn. El dial, giras el dial. You turn the dial. You turn, okay? You turn the car. Turn on is encender un motor, to turn on the car, to turn on the engine, to turn on the light, to turn on the radio, to turn on. Always turn on implies, bueno, always no, luego veremos una excepción curiosísima. But to turn on implies electricity, okay? Ahora lo explico. Camera number one. Electricity. Abrir el circuito para que se encienda una máquina, una luz, lo que sea, es to turn on. Se admite la expresión switch on, pero se suele usar mucho más turn on. The opposite of turn on is turn off, con doble F. Turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off, on and off, on and off. To turn, porque normalmente se gira. Bueno, el interruptor de luz, plop, you switch. You switch on the light, pero seguimos diciendo turn on the light. Turn on the light, turn it on. Turn on the lights. En este caso hay muchos aquí. I say, Maria, turn on the lights, please. Turn on, pongo la preposición y luego el complemento. Turn on the lights, please. También puedo optar por insertar the lights en medio. Turn the lights on, please. Pero de nuevo, como en otros casos, si es pronombre, enciéndelas, en este caso las luces, turn them on. Turn them on. The opposite, turn them off. Y si quiero que se queden encendidas, leave them on. Déjalas encendidas. Leave them on. Turn them on and leave them on. Don't turn them off. Turn them on and leave them on. Don't turn them off. Turn them on and leave them on. Please don't turn them off. La letra que más manda en esta pequeña rima tonta es la M. La M de them. Las luces aquí, hay muchas. Y yo digo a María, cuando entramos cada día, María, enciende las luces y déjalas encendidas y no las apagues. Maria, turn them on and leave them on. Don't turn them off. Turn them on, mon. Turn them on and leave them on. Don't turn them off. Okay. Turn it on, si es una sola luz. Turn it on. O la radio. Turn on the radio, please. Turn it on now. Turn off the radio. Turn it off now. Turn on the TV, the television. Turn on the TV. Turn it on now. Turn on the light. Una sola luz. Turn it on now. Si son muchas, turn on the lights. Turn them on now. Turn them on, them on, them on, them on. Que suena otro idioma. Turn them on now, please. Turn them on. Turn me on. Enciéndeme. Okay? Eso se usa. That's in a sexual tone. Uy, she turns me on. Oh, yes. Yes, she makes me very excited. She turns me on. Do I turn you on? I hope for English, yes. A ver si te enciendo la motivación to turn you on. That's my job. My job is to turn you on. My job isn't to turn on the lights. My job isn't to turn on the television for you. My job isn't to turn on the radio for you. My job isn't to turn on the washing machine for you, para la colada. No, my job is to turn you on, to say, wow, cool, I like this show. I like this Richard guy. He's strange, but it's interesting. And Alberto, and Richard Brown, and David, and Kyle, and Carly. These people are different. They turn me on. I like English. De repente me gusta el inglés. ¿Por qué será? Now English turns me on. Yeah. Why? Because the teachers are good. It's very simple. Every subject in the world, todos los temas, todas las asignaturas imaginables son fascinantes si el profesor es fascinante. Okay? It's the teacher, it's not the subject. The most potentially boring subject becomes interesting in the hands of a very good teacher. And the potentially most fascinating subject is boring in the hands of a mediocre teacher. So the teacher's job is to make the subject interesting. And every subject is interesting. Every subject. Poesía beckeriana o ingeniería de caminos. It's interesting if the teacher is interesting. If the teacher knows how to make the subject interesting. If the teacher knows how to turn you on. Te he encendido. Boom. Wow, cool. ¿Cómo mola este profe de nuevo? ¿De qué planeta será? Okay? That's the job of the teacher. All right? To turn you on. Now, my job is not to turn you on. Well, yes, my job is to turn you on, but it's not to turn on the lights. When I come into the room, when I come into this studio to start this class, the lights are already on. Because Maria comes here before me, and she turns them on. A few minutes ago, maybe about 45 minutes ago, she turned on the lights. 1, 2, 4. There are too many lights to count. Probably, I'm going to count the lights before I stop and pass this class to the next teacher. I'm going, after I stop, I'm going to count the lights. And then when I come back, I'll tell you the number of lights. When I come back to close it. But I would guess, adivinaría, I would guess there are about 15 different focuses of lights here. Okay? It gets very hot in this room, but gajes del oficio, como decís. Occupational hazards, okay? So, but it's not my job, gracias a Dios, it's not my job to turn them on. Can you imagine if you had to turn on each light? I think there's one switch over here, and with one switch, you turn on all the lights. Okay, and with one switch, you turn on the 3 cameras. And they're rolling the cameras. So Maria comes, and with one switch, she turns on all the lights. And with one switch, she turns on all the cameras. And then when she looks at me, she turns me on too. Okay, ya somos 3 los objetos los encendidos aquí. So, to turn on, to turn off. And to leave on, and to leave off. Déjalos apagados. Leave them off. Déjalos encendidos. Leave them on. Oh, turn on, turn off. See you in a few minutes after our next teacher.
Hello, and thank you very much, Richard. My name is Kyle, and once again, I'm here today with Nacho. Nacho, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you, Kyle?
Great, fantastic.
Very good.
We're here in class 42. Class 42. Are you, by the way, are you following at home with your student guide? I hope so. 42.3, and if you look at down at the bottom of your page, you'll see, well, near the bottom, you'll see there the vocabulary. You'll see the vocabulary and the 5 words that we're going to talk about today. Okay. 5 words of vocabulary. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Nacho's ready. Are you ready at home? To decrease. To decrease. What does this mean, Nacho? To decrease?
Como disminuir, ¿no?
Yeah, to decrease, we can decrease the volume. It's like almost like reduce.
Reducir, sí.
Almost.
Reduce.
But, so decrease. And in English, can you say it?
Decrease.
Decrease. And at home, decrease. To decrease the volume. Decrease. I have to decrease the amount of salt. Like reduce the amount of salt that I eat. I think. Anyway, silver. 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 How do you say that?
Silver.
Silver. And in Spanish?
Plata.
Plata, yes.
Plata.
So in the Olympics, you have the gold medal, the silver medal,
Yes.
and the bronze medal. But the second one, silver. Can you say that?
Silver.
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 Nice. Try it at home. Silver. I love that V. Silver. Try it. Try it. No. Again, not silver. Javier, not silver. 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 Better, yes. Silver. Thank you. To file. To file. The verb to file.
Archivar.
Archivar. To file. To file a report. Archivar. To file. And in English?
To file.
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 File. File.
File.
Okay, at home, try it. File. The verb to file. File. Now we have an interesting use. To file can also be, what do you say, lamar, las uñas.
Limar.
Sorry,
Limar las
limar, I'm
uñas.
sorry, limar. With your nails, you can file your nails, and you have this little piece of metal, which is called a nail file. What am I doing? I'm filing my nails. To file your nails. But it's more common to use this verb as archivar. To file, to file. Now we have to hit the bullseye.
Como dar en la diana, ¿no?
Exactly, right in the center. Right in the center. To dar en la diana, you say, right? To hit the bullseye, the ojo del toro.
Del toro, sí, sí.
But that's
sí.
what we say, to
Sí.
hit the bullseye.
Claro.
To hit, but one word, the bullseye, to hit the bullseye. Do you play darts?
Yes, I love to play darts.
Do you hit the bullseye?
Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. It's difficult, but I try.
Okay, so let's hear it. To hit the bullseye.
To hit the bullseye.
The bullseye.
The bullseye.
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 To hit the bullseye.
To hit the bullseye.
Nice. Try it at home. To hit the bullseye. Yesterday I hit the bullseye. Right? Every day I hit the bullseye. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Settlement. The last word, settlement. 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 This can mean a few things. Let's say two things.
Yes.
A settlement. What can it be?
Could be acuerdo, soborno.
Exactly. Okay. Acuerdo, soborno. So legally, if we go to court,
Yeah.
and I say, okay, in court, right? We have a juicio, a trial or a case, and I say, okay, I don't want to be bothered anymore. Take some money and don't complain anymore. I can reach a settlement. We can have a settlement, and so I pay you, and then you go away, and you're satisfied. It's a settlement.
Okay.
So can you pronounce it?
Yeah. It's a settlement.
Settlement. Settlement.
Settlement.
And at home? Settlement. Settlement. Da da da. Settlement. Settlement. Again? Good. Settlement. I can hear them at home.
No, me.
Speak. Can you hear
it?
You have to have a specially trained ear, but we can hear it. Settlement. Now, a settlement can also be a town. Like a settlement, because to settle is like to establish, establecer.
Establecer.
To establish a town.
Yeah.
So For example, in Canada, when these people, all these Europeans came over, and there was no one living there. There were the natives, but the people came over from Europe, and they said, well, this is a nice piece of land. Let's start a town. And they start a settlement. A settlement. So it could be a town, and then it could later grow into a city. But a settlement is like an establishment or a settlement. So it becomes a town. Settlement. Very good. Now, we're talking about the phrasal verb to turn on. Turn on. Encender. To turn on. Do you turn on the light when you get up?
Yeah, of course. I turn on the lights when I got up.
When I get up. Every day?
Oh, yes. Every day, yeah, I get up. When I get up.
I turn on the lights.
When I
The
get
light
up.
or the lights? When I get up?
Yeah. I turn on the lights when I get up.
Okay. Do you turn on your computer in the morning?
Yes, I turn every day my computer.
Well, I
in the
turn on
mornings.
my computer every day, you can say.
Oh, okay. I turn on my computer every day.
Okay. In the morning? As soon
morning.
as you get up? Do you turn it on as soon as you get up?
Yeah, to see all my emails and all the
Okay.
stuff.
He turns it on. I turn on my computer. Do you turn on your computer in the morning? Yes, I turn on my computer in the morning. Very good. Do you turn on your stereo in the evening?
Sometimes I turn on my stereo in the mornings.
In the evening?
Oh, excuse me.
Do you turn
In
on
the
your stereo in the
evenings.
evening?
Yeah, sometimes I turn on my stereo in the evenings.
In the evening. We don't need an S. In the evening.
In the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you turn on your stereo in the evening? Yes, I turn on my stereo in the evening. Does Nacho turn on his stereo in the evening? Yes, he turns on his stereo in the evening. He turns on his stereo in the evening, right?
Yes.
To turn on. Do you turn on the television every evening?
Yeah, of course. I turn on my TV in the evenings.
In the evening? Every evening?
Every evening.
Wonderful.
Yeah, to see this channel,
To
learn English.
see Aprende Inglés
Yeah,
TV?
it's
Good idea.
every
Very
day.
good. Do you turn on Aprende Inglés TV every day? Do you? Oh, good, nice. Yes, I turn on Aprende Inglés
Yes.
TV every day. Yes. Ask me if my mother turns on the TV every day.
Does your mother turn on the TV every day?
Turn on the TV every day? Yes, she does. She turns on the TV every day. Do you turn on the TV every day? Yes, I turn on the TV every day. I turn on the TV every day. He turns on the TV every day. Very good. Well, we're all out of time, but thank you for turning on the TV and watching the show today. I'm going to leave you with Richard. See you next time.
Okay. Class number 42 over. Class number 43 for tomorrow. We're progressing. We're advancing. We're getting better. We're improving every day, little by little, step by step, slowly but surely. By the way, there are 27 lights in this room. I guessed 15. I'm not very good. 27, and each one has about 4 tubes. So we're talking of more than 100 different lights shining on me, okay, to teach you lo que hago por vosotros. I hope you deserve it, because I want to shine 100 lights on you too for your motivation. If it's necessary, I'll do anything to motivate you to work hard, because if you don't work hard, this and me and the other teachers are a waste of your time and a waste of many people's time. Okay, well, good luck on everything, and I'll see you tomorrow.